Brought to you by battery. That's where the electricity comes from. Well, it comes from fossil fuels. Tell it to someone. First question is by Joe Freddy. Was it the ducks that broke the democratic system? Are they working towards the reinstatement of watery tarts? Well, of course, the watery tarts in ponds distributing swords, of course, is one of the better forms of government, unless you ask Bernie Sanders, in which case he would prefer to be democratically elected, but that's impossible in America. I'm working with the ducks in order to keep a sane kind of government in the English-speaking world, and of course we've failed. I mean, we've got Trump, Boris Johnson, and that guy Morrison in Australia. I'm really sorry about that, and it's New Zealand who are keeping things sane. New Zealand and Canada, but they're partly, like, French-speaking, so it's Trudeau, so he also speaks French, but they're the only ones that are keeping the English-speaking world, kind of sane-ish. Robert Bowe asks next question. After seeing Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic, I searched the internet wondering if there were songs that I had forgotten. Sure enough, I came across the 1975 hit Island Girl, which I used to hear on the radio in my youth. In that song, what was the titular character wanting with the white man's world? The general public never found out. Well, let's have a look at the lyrics. I see your teeth flash, Jamaican honey so sweet. Down where Lexington and crossed 47th Street. Oh, she's a big girl. She's standing 6'3", turning tricks for the dudes in the big city. Island girl, what you wanting with the white man's world? Island girl, black boy wants you in this island world. He want to take you from a record boss. He want to save you, but the cause is lost. Island girl, island girl, island girl, tell me what you are wanting with the white man's world. Well, she's black as coal, but she burned like a fire, and she wrapped up herself around you like a well-worn tire. You feel her nails scratch your back just like a rake, oh, oh. He one more gone, he one more John, who made the mistake. Island girl, what you wanting with the white man's world? Island girl, black boy. Well, okay, from what we know about Elton John's proclivities, I think it's a clue. I think there's a clue in the lyrics that he likes very tall women. I mean, he's fond of the snoo-snoo, but who's not fond of the snoo-snoo? Me likes snoo-snoo. Next question. Oh, and of course the island girl, she wants, stuff. She wants to be an island girl. That's what she wants, And damn it, if you can't be what you want to be, then what is the point of being? That's what I want to ask you. What is the point of being? Next question. The Emperor Fabulous asks, have you misplaced Australia's sun again? No, I know exactly where it is. Look, we're in a little bit of debt at the moment, and, we hocked it. We hocked it to America. We're only seeing it like 8 hours a day or so. It'll be back by the summer. And then we will have it for a while, until we get into more debt because of Morrison. We'll get out of this. We'll get out of this somehow or other. The Canadian Atheists asks, 3 questions. Can I have your liver? Where were you when they landed on the moon 50 years ago? And would you believe I have a million question? A nickel a piece and all that, they're all yours. Well, I don't have any nickels because I'm Australian and we don't have nickels. So I can only ask two questions, answer two questions, which is, can I have your liver? I'm using it right now. So maybe at another point when I'm not using it, because, you know, I have to metabolize, like, stuff. I just ate some sausages. Next question out of those three was, where were you when they landed on the moon 50 years ago? I kind of wasn't, because I'm not 50 years old yet. But I know who existed then, and that was Mr. Squiggle, the man on the moon. He was a very popular Australian children's television personality who used to draw things with his nose, based on drawings that little kids sent in. And they, look, it was really, you know, it was really versatile. It was very thought-provoking show for 3-year-olds in the 1970s and 60s and 80s and early 90s. You know, he lived on the moon, came back in the rocket ship, and then went off again. It was really, you know, it was Australia's version of Doctor Who if it was about a guy with a pencil as a nose who was 2 feet tall. That's all I'm saying. He also liked snoo snoo. I mean, his assistant, Miss Jane, was like, well, about 5.5 feet tall, and he was 2 feet tall, and he liked to hold her hand, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Next question, of course, is from the Angry Australian. Mate, how are you not swinging subscribers? Yeah, and your mustache is $2,000 to do the Knights roll. Thingo, you said any justice. Fucking awesome. Have you grown it for so long? Also, I heard about that overseas place full of nasty cunts. Well, of course, yes, I have grown it. I've grown it this long. That long. Yeah. It's pretty impressive, and it hurts to pull it out one, so I'm not going to do it. Next question is from Bob in. Is everything nailed down coming loose? Yes. Yes, because it's not screwed. Well, everything is screwed, but not the things that are coming loose. They're not screwed down, and they're being loosened by people with screwdrivers doing it the other way around. F asks, is there something attached to the string that's hanging out of your front pocket in this video? Well, of course, I would answer that question, except I detached the string for reasons that I don't know at the moment, because I'm not wearing that actual shirt, or I don't know what's in the pocket. I'm sorry for the non-answer. Last question for today is from Jonathan Stern. Can you think of a more perfect actor to play Fred Rogers than Tom Hanks? Okay, I never watched Mr. Fred Rogers from Mr. Rogers' Neighbourhood because, well, I'm not American, and we didn't have that show in Australia. We had Mr. Squiggle. And and from what I hear about Mr. Rogers, it's kind of like Mr. Squiggle from what I can gather, in that no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, you matter. And no matter what sort of drawing you are, you can always be an upside-down elephant playing with a yo-yo. And I think that's a very important message. And, well, Mr. Rogers is such a nice person that Tom Hanks could be the only person who is worthy of playing him as an older Mr. Rogers. But he used to be young. He used to be young. In his heyday, in the 60s, in the 50s and the 70s and stuff, he was younger. And so you need somebody who was also nice. for that role. And, well, the only people that nice these days is a Canadian like Justin Trudeau, but he already has a job. So let's try somebody who has been in somebody who has been in movies, of course. You need a recognisable movie star. Maybe a movie that's directed at the younger audience, like some sort of comic book movie, maybe. Let's say Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds would make a really, really good Mr. Rogers. I think that he's got everything you really need. And, you know, well, as far as I know, Mr. Rogers had a nice house, but I didn't look. I really didn't look. That's it, someone, for this week. If you would like to ask a question, then ask a question in the place where the questions normally get asked. And there is your dovetail question, of course. Now, I'm dangerously talented, and I don't have a cool sign-off.